Hello and a very warm welcome to British Royal Daily Updates YouTube channel. The Sussexes need a fresh start and they seem to have discovered the ideal way to achieve it. You have likely witnessed it yourself by now, the unfortunate reality, the dismal truth. Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, has no dancing skills. He can't bust a move, groove or boogie without resembling a middle-aged manager of plumbing supplies on his third drink, something that we are well aware of after he accompanied his wife Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and her mother Doria Ragland to Beyoncé's Renaissance tour in Los Angeles. He clearly chose to postpone sorting out his supplements and revisiting the places you'll go for another day. Harry's dance marathon could be attributed to his love for his wife or a birthday surprise for Ragland, the only relative that he and Meghan are on good terms with. We could have dismissed it as a rare occurrence, but then, on Sunday in Los Angeles, guess what? Harry was out again, happily in front of the cameras when he showed up for the match between Inter Miami and Los Angeles FC. Wow! Why is it that, after months or even years of the Duke only making occasional appearances in public, such as him and his cousin Princess Eugenie attending the Super Bowl in 2022 and him and Meghan going to a basketball game in April, we have now seen two very prominent ducal outings in less than 2 days. And why is it that, while there was no photo of Meghan at Taylor Swift's Eras tour last month, this Beyoncé event was recorded and snapped by the public more vigorously and from more perspectives than a presidential encounter? Right now, it looks like the Sussexes are happily and willingly showing a very lively and positive image to the world. There are only two possibilities that I can think of: maybe they are just enjoying life and have finally hired a good nanny. Or maybe this sudden reappearance in the public eye has something to do with the upcoming events of this week, which will see the Sussex team crank things up, turn all the dials to 11 and go full throttle as they face a critical juncture in their careers and brand. Get ready for a lot more of the Duke, because the former royal is about to make a big comeback with enthusiasm. First, Harry and only Harry will fly to the UK for the World Child Awards on Thursday, UK time. Delivering a speech just hours before the first anniversary of his great-grandmother's death, giving him the perfect chance to beat the royal family to the punch of commemorating the occasion. Then, on Saturday, the Duke will be in Dusseldorf for this year's Invictus Games, the hugely successful sporting event for wounded, injured and ill service members, which he launched almost a decade ago using the royal family's office supplies, connections and unrivaled influence. For Harry, who will celebrate his 39th birthday later during the Games, this week is his golden opportunity to start over after a year that has seen him achieve both amazing commercial success. Spare is the best-selling non-fiction book ever, while also seeing much of the world turn against him, and his trademark style of bitterly attacking his family. In just 1 month, from early December last year until early January this year when Spare came out, Harry's popularity rating in the US dropped 45 points while Meghan's decreased 36 points, according to surveys from Redfield Wilson and Newsweek. Although the couple's numbers have recovered since then, such a disastrous fall from grace really shows how quickly and intensely opinions changed about them. If things are not looking good in the US, then in Britain they are downright dismal. New data out this week from YouGov revealed that almost 2/3 of Brits, 63%, now have a negative view of Harry and Meghan. 68% of respondents have a bad impression of her. The Duke and Duchess might not care about the public's opinion of them, but they should, because their financial success depends on the people's interest and support for their products and services. Last week, H's first solo project, Heart of Invictus, came out. It was a 5-part series that was very emotional, but also very short compared to Anna Karenina. The critics, at least the few who reviewed it, mostly liked it, but the audience did not seem to care much. The numbers show a sad picture. In the 2 days after Spare came out, the book got 970,000 mentions on X, the former Twitter. But in the same time span last week, Heart only got a little over 50,000 mentions, according to Pulsar and Newsweek. In other words, Heart only generated about 5% of the social media buzz that Spare did. According to Flix Patrol, the official Netflix numbers are not available yet. Heart did not make it to the top 100 most watched TV shows on the platform. This means that out of the 3 projects that Archewell was involved in, Harry, Meghan, Lead to Live and now Heart of Invictus, 2 did not attract much attention from the viewers. Meanwhile, based on what is known publicly, the Sussexes do not have many exciting new projects in the pipeline. For months, there have been rumors that Harry might return to his beloved Africa and make a documentary for Netflix. But over the weekend, The Telegraph reported that this project was in its early stages. Early stages. What are they doing all day? I feel like shouting "get a move on" at them. Another project that the Sussexes have is Meet Me at the Lake, a best-selling novel that the streaming giant reportedly paid $4.6 million to get the rights for them to try their hand at producing scripted content. However, with Hollywood currently at a halt due to a strike, this seems very far away. So in terms of their careers, they have not shown themselves to be outright winners and instead look dangerously like flops as Hollywood movers and shakers, so far anyway. Their reputations are not doing much better either. The events of the last year, thanks to Harry, Meghan, Spare and the many Sussex interviews we have endured, have only reinforced the image of them as two people who seem happy to always wallow in self-pity, mixed with bouts of bashing his family and the occasional flair of their matching savior complexes. After Megxit, the Duke and Duchess have not risen as strong, positive and inspiring leaders, but as whiners par excellence. Completely oblivious to the fact that two rich and healthy people being paid to throw bombs at the monarchy hardly makes them very likable or admirable figures. The Invictus Games this week could change all that, could change the tune and reset the mood here. Watching Heart, you are reminded of how awesome Harry can be when he forgets he was given a smaller Balmoral bedroom than his older brother Prince William. The Harry you see in his doco is a man driven to help and who cares as much as a person can. This is the Harry that the Duke and Duchess need to show the world exists, to replace plonker Harry and his sour family moaning with the image of Harry as a compassionate, dedicated and selfless doer. The same goes for Meghan, whose podcast did not get renewed and whose shiny entrepreneurial website seems to be always pending. The 42-year-old might rock a pair of white jeans and have style galore, but for some reason her various pet causes, paid parental leave, the overturning of Roe vs. Wade, seemed to have disappeared from the radar. Invictus could, especially for Harry, change all of this. It could be a new beginning after several failed attempts. It's crunch time for the Sussexes, and based on what we are seeing, it looks like the Duke and Duchess are ready to give it their best. It's time to fight back, one ducal hip-shaking attempt at dancing to run the world, girls, at a time. Adding to the couple's pressure here is how badly they need to change their image. The name Sussex is now associated with stubbornness and sulking, with rage, with blame and with private family matters being exposed in public for money. The Sussexes might have had some valid complaints about the royal family and the Crown Incorporated along the way, but the Duke and Duchess's constant whining has only hurt them in the long run. The implications of the Duke and Duchess's brand have become negative, and they have made themselves a very risky proposition from a marketing point of view. Their ongoing, attempted dissection of the firm might be personally satisfying, and it might have pleased Netflix and Penguin Random House, but they are now the world's most notorious symbols of family dysfunction. By all outward signs, corporate America has not welcomed them with open arms. In June, the Sussexes split from Spotify after only producing one series for the company in 2.5 years. An official statement at the time said that Meghan is continuing to create more content for the Archetypes audience on another platform. No other podcasting app or company has eagerly grabbed the Duchess yet. Or think about their speaking gig situation. In 2020 it was announced that they had joined the Harry Walker Agency in New York, with reports that they could earn up to $1.5 million a speech. Obviously the pandemic intervened soon, but even so, there has not been one report of them giving any highly profitable speeches since then. In contrast, human Womble and man never winning Father of the Year Boris Johnson pocketed nearly $4.9 million in advance speaking engagement fees from the same agency in less than 6 months since he left office. Adding to the problem of Harry and Meghan, and the words that keep coming out of their mouths are their actions, or lack thereof. Hello, this is Bing. I can help you paraphrase your text using an online paraphrasing tool that uses artificial intelligence to help writers improve their writing skills. Superscript 1. Here is a possible paraphrase of your text. The Sussexes have not accomplished or created or done anything remarkable since they left the UK, except for making some money and buying a house that could be used to shoot the next season of The Bachelor. Think about it, the Duke and Duchess have only talked about themselves. He has written about himself, She has spoken about herself and they have been happy to show up at charity events where they will receive awards praising their work. That's not much of a resume. To sum up, they need a victory. Desperately? And a big one. They need a long period of uninterrupted positive media attention, reminding the world how attractive they used to be. They need a change of tone and to make Sussex mean something exciting, optimistic and energetic. In the end, they need the games to be a turning point. To change them back into easily marketable, hot products. Something that will make the yogurt companies and the SUV makers of America interested. Contrary to what John Lennon wrote, in life you need more than just love. Remember to subscribe to British Royal Daily Updates YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell, this way you will be notified when we drop a video. Stay safe.